Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, after 1 month, I have had the Leica M Monochrome 246. I'll make a little review of that and a comparison with my Q3, and I'll make some pros and cons about this awesome camera. And I hope you'll find this little video interesting. And first, the pros, the things that I really like about this camera. It is old school, it is solid, and of course the quality that Leica makes camera, and I love that. It's classic look with the rangefinder, and that was what I was looking for when I was buying this camera. And this one is made of brass, so every little scratch or every little thing that is going to happen with this camera will only make it more beautiful. And another thing is that I can change the lenses if I want to do that. Now I have a 40mm Foclander on, and I'll talk about that in a little while. I love this camera because it has a black and white sensor, so I can only take black and white pictures, and therefore I can use a yellow filter I put on here. And I'm actually going to buy a red filter too, because I want to make more contrasty pictures with this camera. And another thing about this camera, it has a very good quality on high ISO. I was out in the city a couple of days ago, and I took this picture. You can see a night picture from here in Aalborg, and it's about 3200 ISO. And you can see in this picture, it's really good quality. So this camera also have a very nice performance in a low light, and I think it's better than my Q3. You can see here I took some pictures some month ago with my Q3, also night takes, and I believe that this camera, the monochrome, is better for this. And as I said in the previous video I made about this camera, there's something special about the picture that this camera can take. It's mostly like in the old days when I had film in my camera. It's the same feeling that I get when I look at these pictures. You can see here in this picture, there's something special about that. I can't express exactly what it is, but it looks more like an analog picture than a digital picture. And I really like that. And I don't know if it is the sensor or the lens I have on, but this combination is really awesome and I love it. The lens has certain character that I like, and together with the sensor, I think this is a right combination for making pictures that are a little bit special and more analog than my Q3 can make. And I also have a better dynamic range that I love very much. And for the accessories, I bought this lens hood. It's really good, but I've ordered a new one. You can see in this picture how it looks. It's like the lens hood on the Q3, the same style, and I'm looking forward to getting that in some weeks. Beside that, I have put on, I think it's called a diopter. It's a lens that I can put on here, and it's a +2. So when I put it to my eyes, I can watch in the viewfinder as good as if I had glasses on. And for me, that's very important. So I can look with my eyes, and then I take up my camera, and I have the same feeling as I do in the Q3, that also have adjustment in the viewfinder in the EVF. And now for the cons in this camera. It has a focal plane shutter, and it's a little bit more noisy than my leaf shutter on my Q3. And when I'm out taking street photos, people are noticing me more because of the sound of this shutter. So I would say I prefer the leaf shutter in the Q3. It's more quiet, and when I use this, people are noticing me more. And another thing, the back screen is not very good. When I'm out taking pictures, I have to check the exposure. If it's sunlight outside, it's very difficult to see on this screen. And the Q3 has a better screen, of course. It's also better technology. It's 10 years between these two models. So, of course, there's been some improvement in technical specification during these times. But I can see it, and the other day I found out I could put it on auto, and it makes a little bit better chance to see the right exposure on the back screen. And then there's the thing with the rangefinder. It's a little bit difficult to get used to using this, I must say. Now I have that a month and I'm getting better all the time. I'm almost only photographed with this camera during this month, and I can feel I'm getting better to that. Also, when I take street photos, I can compose and get sharp pictures if I use aperture of about 5.6 or 8. I don't have problem with it. But the other day I was out taking a picture, you can see here, of a barn, an old barn. And first time I was out there, I didn't notice, but it wasn't sharp. And it is not sharp because of the patterns in the boards on this barn. Because when you take it up and you focus, these lines, because there's so many of them, I didn't get it sharp. So I went out a few days later, and I was more cautious about focusing. And when I was aware of this problem, I didn't have any problems with making the picture sharps. And after that, I've been very aware of the problems that different patterns can confuse the viewfinder and the focusing. And that's one thing that I have to consider every time I'm out. I have to be sure that I am focusing in the right place. I have to find the right lines that are aligned and not be confused about other lines that will overlap the others. I hope you understand that. But if you are aware of this problem and you work slowly, I think you can get sharp pictures every time. And another thing, the dust on the sensor. My Q3 never had problem with that. And of course, because it's a fixed lens on it, so there can come no dust into the sensor. But on this one, I have noticed some dust problems. It's not a problem. I can remove them myself, but it's something I have to consider every time I'm going out. I have to look at the sensor and see if it's completely clean. Otherwise, I have to remove the dust from the sensor. And the last thing, the cons on this camera is that Leica apparently doesn't make batteries for this anymore. So I had to buy a used one. Luckily, I got a good one. But I don't think it's okay for Leica not to producing batteries anymore for a camera that is only 10 years old. So yeah, that's the cons for this camera, the cons that I think is important. And now for the comparison between this Leica M Monochrome 246 and my Leica Q3. And I've seen other videos about comparison between these two cameras. And most people are actually using this with autofocus and in auto mode. So the difference between these two cameras is big if you're looking at like that. But I mostly use this camera manual focusing, manual aperture and shutter speed and ISO. So for me, it was not the big change between this camera and this camera. I work manual in both of them. But here's the comparison between these two cameras. Yeah, and first, as I said before, the back screen. The back screen on the Q3 is much better than on this one. But this one you can do if you're just a little bit careful about looking at it and seeing the right exposure. But definitely this one is better, has a better back screen that you use. This one you have to practice a little bit. And the other thing, the Q3 has a 28mm lens, fixed lens, and I'm getting used to use this on street photos and landscapes and so on. But I must say the 40mm on the M, I really like that focal length. I was surprised, but every time I take my camera up with the 40mm, it feels natural because it's the way I see things. When I take this up to my eye, I say, oh, there's a lot more than I see. And that's good in some context. And in other contexts, it's a little bit difficult or a challenge to compose a picture with a 28mm. With the 40mm, it's very easy because it's like I see it with my eyes. So in one of my previous videos regarding the Q3 43, I said that I was very happy with my 28mm and I didn't want to change it to the 43. But after I got this, I really would have loved to have the 43mm Q3. Nevertheless, I'm happy I have this 28mm. It's good for street photography and many other things. When I make my long exposure, it's perfect to have a camera that had a broader lens, like a 28mm, and I will definitely keep this, my Q3, together with this. And as I said before, focal plane shutter and a leaf shutter. I prefer the leaf shutter, not only because it's quieter, but I can also synchronize my flash in all the shutter speeds. But this camera can only flash sync to about 250 of a second. And regarding the sharpness, of course, this camera, the Q3, has a 60 megapixel sensor, and this only have 24. So the pictures from this camera is much sharper than this one, but it's two different kind of things. And this one makes sharp but more digital images, while this is taking more soft pictures that are more analog. And you can see in this picture, I took a shot of a car, and when I look at it at 200%, you can see a very big difference between these two pictures, from the Leica Q3 to the Monochrome 246. And for the performance in high ISO, this one is really awesome. I can use this for higher ISO than on my Q3, and I also have a better dynamic range, more details in the shadow and the highlights. It all has a little tendency to burn out the highlights, so I have to be careful not to overexpose my black and white pictures with this camera, but it's not a problem. I think it's very easy to underexpose it, perhaps just half a stop or so, so you're good to go. And of course, on this camera you only have black and white choice, and on this I have the color, and I can make them to black and white. And I also have awesome features in black and white. I used this for a year now and make some great pictures in black and white, converted them from color to black and white. But this one only gives me the choice, the option of the black and white, and that's what I love about this camera. And again, my rangefinder camera, it's not that easy to focus with it as in the Q3. On the Q3 I can easily focus and I can see the exposure. On this camera I have to check it on the back screen, or perhaps taking a few shots over and under and overexposed, and then when I come back home I can choose the right one. But I will definitely say that the Q3 is easier to use than this one. You have to get a little more experienced using this, but I believe in time I'll get better and better to using this. And for the last months, when I have practiced a lot, I can see that my learning curve is very steep, and I haven't regret buying the camera. It's awesome, and it's all I wanted. And combined with this lens, I think I get some nice pictures that I can't get with the Q3 because of the sensor and because of the lens. I really like that. And then the other day I saw a YouTuber talking about the Q3 or the Q system, comparing it with the M system. And I know a lot of people are saying that the Q is the gateway to the M system. And as for me, it's right, because I got the Q first and then I got the M. And then he said that perhaps you should go directly to the M. And I will definitely not recommend you to go directly to the M, because it's a very technical camera. You have to have some experience in photographing to use this and get the full potential of the camera like this. So yeah, this was my little review of my new monochrome 246 Leica camera and comparison with my Q3. And I hope you find that interesting. And if you have any questions, you can write in my comment section, and then I hope to see you again on my next one. Bye bye.